Hi, I'm John, and in this session, we're going to work through our anger to allow it to ease and release. Get into a comfortable position that you can hold for a while. Try to avoid a position you'd fall asleep in, and have an active posture so your spine is tall and your head is resting gently on your spine. Allow your eyes to gently close, or if you prefer to keep them open, just let them gaze downward without focusing on anything in particular. And begin to take slower, deeper breaths than you've taken all day so far. Inhaling deep into your lungs, feeling your diaphragm pull downward and your lungs and ribcage expand up and out. Holding it for a beat. And as you exhale, feel your lungs contract back in and your diaphragm relax. And again, inhaling even deeper into your lungs. And this time, hold for a beat at the top of the breath and see if you can tap into the natural stillness that exists there. Exhaling everything out. Continue breathing in this purposeful way, allowing each breath to still you further into this moment, allowing you to settle your mind and body and arrive into this time focused on your well-being and healing. And if you get distracted or your mind wanders, great. Once you've realized you're outside of the present moment, guess what? You're back in the present moment. So just refocus on your breath to recenter yourself. Now I invite you to imagine yourself on the bank of a beautiful, peacefully flowing river, feeling still and safe on the land of the bank, listening as the rhythm and melodies of the water flowing by calm you. And from this space, gently allow yourself to become the compassionate watcher of your thoughts and emotions. Imagine watching them flowing gently down that river as you acknowledge and experience them, and allowing them to float by and away, dissipating as they do. Remembering that we are all, every single one of us, in some way scared, terrified, actually, and hurting, and angry. But no matter what our differences are, we can return to our humanity and remember what we all have in common. We can let ourselves off the hook, and we can allow this to help break up and begin to ease the anger inside of us. From this space, I invite you to be the compassionate witness to your anger. Acknowledge the thoughts and feelings that begin to come up for you as you watch everything drift by. And begin to notice the judgments that shortly follow. The stories you've told yourself about that anger. Judgments, whether of ourselves or others, are mostly based on the past. We've used judgments to help protect us and guide us through our lives. But over time, those judgments become habitual, and we tend to cast them on a situation before we've truly considered it. The release of anger and the subsequent healing we so desperately want is only available right now, in the present. If we continue to allow those judgments to steal our focus, then we're trapped in the past. Can you now begin to consider what the situation would look like if you took the judgment out? If you let the story you've been telling yourself about the situation go, float away gently down that river, and sit instead in a space of curiosity, of being open to new possibilities and perspectives you haven't considered. And without that story and that judgment, what does that situation look like now? How does the anger feel now? The only person who suffers by holding on to anger is the one holding on to it. If we're angry with someone else, that anger only hurts us. And if we're angry with ourselves, it just feels twice as bad. So our last step in this process of releasing anger is forgiveness. from your still, safe, compassionate place, forgive yourself for your own self-judgment, your own self-criticism, your own bias. We all have it. When we allow ourselves to see it and hear it, we can choose differently in the moment. And as you release it, replace it with self-love and gratitude. Now, if you can, allow this compassion and forgiveness to expand outward to those around you, to those you love and hold dear, and also allow it to expand out to those you may not see eye to eye with. And if you notice the emotion twinge or flare a bit, acknowledge that, and again let it drift by, releasing the judgments and the stories. Stand in this moment and see if there's a space, however big or small, where you could offer them compassion and begin to forgive them. And in our final few minutes together, begin to focus back on the journey of the breath through your body. Remember that the process of releasing anger, having compassion, and forgiveness doesn't happen all at once, and we can't rush it. We release as much as we can each time we devote our time and attention to ourselves in these sessions. And each time we do, we see and hear ourselves a bit more clearly. And when we feel seen and heard, we begin to heal. Allow this session to settle into your mind and heart in its natural time, even long after it's done, fostering healing, ease, and release, and inspiring you to see and hear things in ways you haven't before. Now let's take 3 more deep breaths together. Inhaling deeply and pausing at the top of the breath to notice the natural stillness that exists there. and exhaling everything out, and finding that still space again at the bottom of your breath. Again, an even deeper inhale and exhale, feeling that breath weave through every muscle and cell. And last time, your deepest breath yet, sending that oxygen all the way down to the tips of your toes. And as you exhale, feel it circulating all the way up your body. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.